Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reading to you my DNA test results from Ancestry.com. I took the test about a year ago actually, but I wanted to make this video to share them with you guys. So, I took this test because one, I have a slight interest in genealogy, and two, I wanted to know exactly where it is that I came from. Little backstory about me: my dad was born on the island of Trinidad, and I'm gonna show you a map because every time I tell people where my dad is from, they have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. So here you go. So here's a little map right here. I even pointed it out, the island of Trinidad and Tobago, a little north off of Venezuela. So that's my dad, and then my mother is Puerto Rican. So without further ado, I'm gonna read to you my results. Being that my family being that my family ancestors have lived in the Caribbean, I can be anything. I can be black, white, Asian, Native American. You'll never know. I didn't know until I took this test. So without further ado, I'm going to read to you my results. And I'm going to read them all from highest percentages to lowest percentages. Also, I would recommend buying the kit when there's like a sale going on. I bought the kit for about 89 to 99 bucks when it was on sale. Without the sale, I believe it's 100 to 200. I'm not sure. You're gonna have to research that. So I'm gonna read to you my results now. Okay, first on the list is Africa, 36%, which doesn't come as a surprise there. I mean, you could easily tell from skin complexion and lips, the big lips right here, that I'm black. So 30 so 36% African, and of that 36%, 12% comes from Nigeria, 7% comes from Ivory Coast, Ghana. In my case, it's Ghana. I figured I'd had Nigerian in me as well, but I wasn't 100% sure. It's just one of those gut feelings that you have, but you're just not sure. You're not 100% sure. But it's cool to see that I was right, though. So, yeah. 12% Nigeria, 7% Ghana, 6% Africa Southeastern Bantu, 6% Senegal, 2% Cameroon Congo, 1% Mali, 1% Benin Togo, and less than 1% Africa North. So that comes from my dad. This one also comes from my dad as well. Asia, 30%. 21% comes from Asia South, which covers Pakistan, Nepal, India, Bhutan, Bangladesh. In my case, it's India, and I'll explain that in a minute. And then 9% comes from Asia Central. That one also didn't come as a surprise to me as well, because on the island of Trinidad, South Asians make up around 30 to 40% of the population, and then Africans make up another 30%. So that one didn't shock me. So both the African and the Asian come from my dad. Then this next one obviously comes from my mother. Europe, 27%. There were a few surprises here, but I'll explain that in a minute. I am 15% Iberian Peninsula, which covers Spain and Portugal. In my case, it's Spain, so that was expected. What I didn't expect was 4% Europe West, which covers like France, Germany, Switzerland. I think in my case, it's French maybe. 2% Great Britain, hello governor. 2% Europe East, 1% European Jew, 1% Scandinavian, 1% Finnish / Northwest Russia, and then less than 1% Ireland. Those I did not expect at all, but it's interesting. Next up is 4% Native American. Now, for the Native American section, it only covers North, Central, South America, and the Caribbean as well. Doesn't specifically tell you which tribe you came from, but I'm going to assume that that 4% comes from the Taino Arawaks who originally inhabited Puerto Rico. So that's interesting. Then I am also 2% Pacific Islander, and of that 2% comes from Melanesia. And Melanesia is a little north of Australia. That's way out there. All right. And then less than one, and then last but not least, less than 1% Middle Eastern. So yeah, it's everything I am, mixed with a mixture of 6 different races. Wow, like I was not expecting to be this multicultural. So just to recap, 36% African, 30% Asian, 27% European, 4% Native American, 2% Pacific Islander, and less than 1% Western Asia. So, yeah, I think this test is pretty accurate, and I would highly recommend it for those of you who want to know where exactly your family came from, or at least have an idea. You know, just they send you a kit, and in that kit they give you like a tube. You basically put all your saliva in there and mix it with this other blue liquid, send it out to them, and they'll email you the results. The results take about 5 to 6 weeks to process, as they say, but in my case, it didn't really take that long from the time they like got my sample. It didn't really take long for them to process the results. Probably like a week or two, perhaps. But yeah, I do think this was money well worth spent, and I would recommend it if you want to know where your family came from. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a good day.